Well, hello everyone, Spencer here, also known as Screen Speak, and in today's video, this is my Stranger Things Season 5's Volume 2 spoiler review, so without further ado, let's discuss. Alright everyone, so I am very excited to talk about this chapter, this volume, next 3 episodes of Stranger Things, Season 5. This is the final season, and I do really believe that this is the final season. People are like, oh, this season doesn't know what it's trying to do, this season sucks, the acting sucks. I think none of that. I think, like, I think the acting 11 is a little off because her character isn't a full-fledged human. Yes, she's had time to develop, but her character came from a past of, I mean, she's had trauma, and she was born in a lab. So I think that's the way her character is supposed to be, but I don't think it's bad acting. And if you think that, cool. Just don't watch my review. I would really appreciate it if you don't comment like, but this show sucks. I will delete your comment. So that's cool. But I love all the twists and turns along the way that they're like, no, we have a plan. This plan will work. And they just keep going and going and growing out the mythos and the lore, the exploration of the Upside Down, and then the wormhole, like the bridge wormhole that they've explained between the Dimension X, the Upside Down, and our real world is so bonkers and insane that I love this show. And the chemistry between Max and 11 from last part, from the volume 1 to this part, Holly and Max have great chemistry, and Max coming into the real world again, reaching her song wormhole, or her song whatever, like, threshold, going past that and waking up is so good. And I'm just so glad Max has returned. Holly's still in danger, but the whole gang, Will the sorcerer's there, Max is there, you know, Robin brought in her girlfriend Vicky, Mr. Clark the teacher is helping out, Erica went to grab him, and Murray brings the comedy. That's something else I love about the show, because people were worried about, I heard people saying like, oh, this show is gonna be hindered on comedy, it's just gonna be like a super serious season, try to get to this end big epic finale. But I love the I mean, there's still a bunch of laughs in here, especially when Derek in episode 5 had the map when he was trying to help out Holly and Max, and Vecna, Mr. What's-It, number 1, Vecna, Henry Creel, Mr. What's-It, whatever, goes, where did you get that map, boy? And he goes, your mom. I bust out laughing. And when Murray keeps calling Mr. Clark Snookums, because that's what his wife said, or his wife, girlfriend, whatever, lady lover, and he's like, Snookums. Murray just knows how to bring the right amount of chemistry, amount of comedy to this show, the humor factor, and I love it so much. That's what you need from a show like this. If you don't have, again, horror, again, not all horror needs comedy, not all sci-fi needs comedy, but throw in little nuggets of jokes in there. Not every superhero thing needs jokes to make it good, but you know, it's one of those shows. It's why this show brings me so much joy, and especially this show brings me joy. It's so creative with its effects. It's like if Tim Burton. It's like if a horror thing, you know, like My Love of Beetlejuice is like a horror comedy, but Stranger Things is much more 80s. Again, there's a kid with a T-shirt that says E.T. on it. It's like this like weird, freaky, supernatural show, and I love it. I cried so hard at Will's speech when he came out, when he told everybody, because I really thought when he was talking to Joyce, you know, Winona Ryder, his mom, I was like, oh, or like, okay, I saw the conversation happening, like he's like, I gotta tell you the truth. Mike walks in, I was like, oh, I'll leave you alone. He's like, no, I think there's something you need to hear. And then he just flat out says, I need to tell everyone. I was like, what? I wasn't ready. I haven't cried like that since the first Inside Out. Like when I rewatch Inside Out, I cry hard at that finale. I don't know the last time I've cried I mean, I cried at other things like the movie Bolt or SpongeBob, some emotional SpongeBob things. But this was so heavy-handed when Will's just like, I like girls, not in the way you think I like guys. Or I don't like girls, but not in the way you guys do. I mean, like, he likes girls, just not in the way some guys do. And he's like, I just don't want to, be left alone. And he's like, and then Jonathan, trying to get choked up, Jonathan's like, you got me, and Nancy, Max, and Lucas, Will, Dustin, or Mike, Lucas, Dustin. And they all hug him. And it really tugged on my heartstrings, because if you don't know me, I love friends and family. And this is all, I mean, like Fast and the Furious, it's all about family. I'm not a big Fast and the Furious guy, but as they say, it's all about family. And this is like, cherish your friends and your family. And Will's just given his, he's out, his gay speech. And I loved it, his coming out speech. And it really tugged at me. Not that I am, but for anybody that's struggling with that, or dealing with hardships about friends or your family, and also we just had Christmas. That these episodes are on Christmas, like the most wonderful time of the year, festive season to be with your friends and family. I got super emotional with that scene. It's so good, and I couldn't stop thinking about like the time period that I'm in this college era. I got so emotional with that. What a great sequence. They're elevating the show. And another thing is the unproposal from Jonathan and Nancy. Listen, I don't even care. I want to give you my honest thoughts about this. I think that it was a good scene. I don't know. Listen, when Holly and Max are talking and she's like, "Oh, you go there, you run, you find something," and the music's playing. Like, yes, why did we need to have a conversation? Like, they could have just ran, but she was giving Holly advice. Now, the unproposal scene, we're having a random conversation. I didn't like that it was like a dark scene. I wish it was well lit, but besides the point, I mean, we could see them. It was a cool blue ambiance a little bit. But I never fully grasped. I always wanted Steve to be with Nancy, and I'll tell you why. I always thought in season 3 that Steve was going to end up with Robin, and then now we know that she's not. She's into girls. Okay, that's fine. But Steve and Nancy, I always thought, like, kind of hit it off in season 1, and they're like, no, we're not putting those two characters together. We're going to put them with Jonathan. I think Jonathan, as a character, is fine. Like, I don't hate the actors, I don't hate the characters, but I think Jonathan, like, douchey John, he's not a douche like Billy, but as just like run of the mill as he is, like John, like Steve is hot, and so is Nancy. I see both of them together over Jonathan, and when Jonathan just is like has his unproposal, I'm like, finally put this thing to rest. Now I understand if they're still together but not going to get married. I still find that strange, but like, okay, whatever. Put this thing to rest finally. So there are good things in there I really liked. And there's not really too much there. What's her face? Karen is an MVP as well. She just exploded the hydrogen or oxygen tube in the laundry room. That was great. Karen's up there. I think Ted might die in this finale. I hope somebody dies. I don't know. 11 might. Callie seems like Hopper thinks something's wrong with Callie up her sleeve, but I don't know. I hope 11, 8, and Will all take down Vecna together in a fight. That would be sick. And what was I saying? I don't know. Dustin and Steve's relationship, the friendship comes back into play. There's just so much going on. I thought there was something else I was going to say before. I had to do a quick cut, but I don't want Steve or Dustin to die. I'm just not. I don't have any like big predictions of who's going to die. I do love the music that's always in this show. It's so good. Ted, I think, might die, but I don't have any predictions as of like how or like who else might die. I heard predictions that 11 might die, but I don't. If they make like a happy ending, I think like 11 could. You think she might die, but then Callie will sacrifice herself, something like that. I just love this volume so much. I think I just love it how they're progressing it. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. I reminded myself when Robin was giving the explanation about like their like Holly and all these kids and like Max and stuff are under a trance, and like Will was under a trance. They weren't in a coma. Like Max was never in a coma. They're just under a trance, and she was explaining it, and I'm like, this is good. This is what's going on, and like this is how she can get out with the song and all that stuff. And I love it. I love her explanation. I love everybody's ideas that they give in this show, in this season. And it's like people are like so mad about this, like what's being handled. I'm like, I think it's great. I think there's stakes, and I'm excited to see what happens in this finale. So I really liked her. I really like Robin's character development and what they're doing with her and everyone else, and bringing the whole crew, Mr. Clark, like Erica's involved, Vicky, and again, Vicky's not really crucial, but just bringing the gang and because it's the love interest of Robin and all this sort of stuff, and I just love all the characters. I adore the actress Sadie Sink. She's really adorable. Attractive, and because she's redhead in my opinion. But other than that, I want to see Holly. I love Nell Fisher. I want to see Nell Fisher and more after her awesomeness in the movie Evil Dead Rise that I love, and now in Stranger Things she needs to get more appreciation in the things she's in, and I love this show, and so I'm excited to see the finale. No predictions, I can't wait to see how big and epic it is on New Year's Day. I'm going to watch it on New Year's Day because I'm watching Avengers Endgame on New Year's Eve to get that snap, baby. Anyway, very good part, a very good volume, so stay tuned for what's coming up in the finale and my final rating there. Just two thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. I did the same thing for Cobra Kai when I did like 3 chapters. So 2 thumbs up. Stay tuned for my final ranking or final rating of the final part of the entire season of this final season of Stranger Things season 5 when the finale comes out on New Year's Eve. But I'll be reviewing it on New Year's Day, watching it on New Year's Day, and so stay tuned for that review when it comes out very soon in the coming next week or so, coming days, very soon. So don't forget to leave a like. What did you think of this review? Let me know what your thoughts on. Be positive in the comment section below about this volume, and what do you think so far? Are you excited for the finale? Let me know. Remember to leave a like, subscribe, follow me. Don't forget to keep calm, watch the screen. Peace out, everyone. Bye.